Interceptor was directed by Matthew Riley and is now out on Netflix. If you've seen this movie, be sure to leave a comment of what you thought about it, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Now I'm excited to give you guys my review for this movie, so let's get into it. So Interceptor is a really forgettable movie. That's my review. In all seriousness, this movie does have a premise that I think is pretty good, and it could have been really exciting. Unfortunately, the execution just falls flat and it's kind of boring. The performances are fine, although the dialogue at times I thought was pretty bad. There are some action scenes that are pretty decent. There's some good choreography, and the actors look like they put a lot of work into learning the choreography, so that was pretty good. I like that the setting takes place just in one location, and like I said, this idea could have been really good because it's in one location. I often like movies where they're isolated in one area. Like I said, just the execution just fell flat. The motivation for the bad guys in this, you could understand to a point, but I don't know if I thought that it would go this far, and you have to sort of just not think about what's going on too hard, because then it doesn't really make sense how they're able to do everything they were able to do. At least to me, it didn't really make sense. I don't see it getting that far, but their motivations to a point were alright. The characters were fine, nothing very memorable. The main character, they did stuff to try and make her seem more sympathetic so that you cared about her more, and it could have worked, but it did just feel like, okay, we need to give the audience a reason to care about her, so we're just going to throw this in. And when I was watching that, I sort of felt like if this movie was actually just based on the stuff that went on with her in the past, if this movie was on that, like, this may have been a more interesting movie, but we got what we got. And so you could sort of feel for the character a bit more, but you could see where they were going for the end of this with what they had set up. And this movie is just forgettable. It's got some CGI that's not great, although they don't use a lot of it, which is good. That's about as much as I can say about this movie. It doesn't stand out in any way. It's just a small Netflix movie, and if you just want something going on like in the background, it may be a good one. Like I said, there's some good fight scenes. There were some good moments, like when the bad guys did get into this room that sort of controlled the space that they were on, and he managed to get the whole thing live across the United States. That was, I thought, a pretty exciting moment with what they were doing, but overall, it was just the dialogue wasn't great. The acting was fine. The action scenes were pretty good. The actors looked like they put effort into it. And like I said, the idea is there. It just sort of fell flat, and I think this is a first-time director, so that may have been why, is he just hasn't really perfected what he's doing yet, and hopefully he will learn and become a better director. But I think that may have been part of it. I mean, script didn't help either. So yeah, it's not a great movie. I would give Interceptor a 43%. So if you have seen this movie, let me know what you thought about it. And again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And stay tuned for some upcoming reviews. I should have a review out for Live and Let Die soon, as well as some other videos. So till my next video, take care everybody.